Honda N-ONE RS Kei car in VR. Hello everybody and welcome back to OpenFed Gaming. You're listening to the OpenFed. Today we're driving a 2022 Honda N-ONE RS and we're driving it in, get this, a Honda N-ONE RS 1 make. Meaning that all the cars in the race are Honda N-ONE RSs. We're driving it at the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. We're doing 5 laps. We started 10th of 10 cars and we started with a rolling start. Now these cars are not powerhouses and the 5 laps are going to take a little bit of time to do, so we got time to kind of observe a little bit what the track's like. Well, we're pretty familiar with this track and see how the cars are going to drive. Now these cars top out I would say at about 130, 140 I believe. So they're not there. It's like a battle of the mighty mites, but at the same token, they're all powered the same. So driving style is going to matter here in this race. Now, as we're ripping along the track and we catch up to the next mighty might, we have to carefully choose the way we're going to pass these guys, because they move from side to side on the track pretty good. And when you don't have the power to pass them on the outside, which sometimes you do if the car slows down enough, like this corner here, you just cannot get by them in those corners, so you have to wait. You know, normally these cars slow down quite a bit on the corners and you can zip by them, take them on the inside, or even power by them on the outside. But that's going to be pretty tough in this race. You're going to have to pretty much depend upon the straighter sections of the track to see if you can pass anybody. Now we are finishing our first lap, and like normal, the OpenFed doesn't count the cars he passes. He only counts the laps he drives. So we just have to kind of race along, and I'm not too worried about it. We're going to have a good time racing along, and we'll see where we place when we get to the end of the race after 5 laps. So in the meantime, we're just going to catch up to the very next one, see if we can cut him on the inside, which is always the best way. See, now if you want to pass this guy, take him on the left, which is going to be the inside coming around here, and we come around the corner a little bit quicker than him. Now that's all fine and well to pass the first 2, 3, 4 cars, because we got 9 to go altogether. But the reason those other cars are easy to pass is because they're a little slower, or they drive a little different. They just drive slower, I guess, because otherwise how would you get by them? Now the ones up ahead are a little bit tougher. They're going to go a little bit faster, so they're harder to catch. As you can see way down there, there's one already went around the corner, and now the other yellow one, and now this blue one. So we're quite a ways behind the lead car. I don't even know which one the lead car is, but then we've only done about a lap and a half, I'd say. So we're going to have to get a little closer to the end of the race if we can see the last car, the leading car. I shouldn't say the last car, it'd be the first car, really. So in the meantime, all you can do when you're going through some of these corners, because you can't pass, just catch up to them and stay with them. See, so now if I was a little closer, I probably could have taken him like I'm doing, which was the idea, apparently. And we come around the corner here, and we're finishing our second lap already. So even 5 laps at a slower speed, they don't last forever. You know, you think, you got lots of time, but in the meantime, while you're thinking that, trying to get by somebody, half a lap, 3/4 of a lap evaporates. So now we're down to the last 3 laps. And as we're coming around the corner here, coming back up the hill, we can see one car in front of us. Now, I don't know if he's the lead car or if he's car number 2 or number 3, but whatever it is, whatever number he is, the closer we get to him, the closer we get to the front of the race. So if we catch up to him and follow him, if we can't pass him, we'll just follow him for a lap or 2. And if we can't pass him, at least we'll get to see if we're catching up to any other cars, meaning that he's not the lead car, but I think he is. So we're just going to slowly chip away at the lead that he's got in front of us and get by him, hopefully get by him sometime soon around here. But if we can't, it's not a rush. It's not a rush. We are in our third lap and we've got lots of time to finish this lap. Just stay with him. Make sure he doesn't get away. Because if he gets away, then you're going to have to spend a whole lap chasing him down. You don't want to do that. So whenever you use a car as a pace car, which is what I like to do, because I don't like to lead the race, because when I do lead, I don't know quite how hard to push it. Sometimes I push it too hard and I run my car off the track. So I don't want to do that. So to avoid from doing that, I have a pace car in front of me. Not only does he set the pace for me, but he also drives the optimum racing line. So if you can follow him, then you start to get the feel for the way the track goes on which side or how you should drive. In the meantime, don't do like the Opafet and ignore your rear view mirror, but keep an eye on the rear view mirror while you're following him, because if his pace is a little bit too slow, the cars in the race, the other cars, will catch up to you. But I haven't seen anybody yet, so I'm not too worried about that. So here we're starting our fourth lap, and we really haven't had much of a very good chance to pass him, and I don't want to hit him or run off the track. So I'm just gonna bide my time a little bit and be a little patient, drive clean, and wait for the opportunity, because it will come, like it always does. Everything in life, if you wait and watch, the opportunity will always arrive. You just got to know when to grab it. Now, my particular point in the opportunity in this race is just around the corner. You watch. If you're close enough behind him, when you're coming out of the corner, you can step on it a little, and you've got some room there. When they give you the room, you got to take it. So we're gonna rip by him here, and we are probably about, I'd say a little over halfway through this lap. So we got a lap and a half that we're gonna lead. Now he's quite a ways behind us, but we're gonna keep a close eye on him, because I don't trust this one. He was just too fast on the straights, and he just slowed down a little bit too much in the corners. And as you can tell, he's still with you. You can see him in the rearview mirror. He's not going to let you go. And like I always like to preach, if you can see your competition in the rearview mirror, then they're too close. Because anything happens to you, any kind of tiny little problem, and well, we're not driving that fast, but he will be by you. And if he's by you and he gets a quarter of a lap or so ahead of you, you're not going to catch him in the last lap, which is coming up here pretty quick. So 4 laps already gone. I can still see him back there, but we're going to start pushing a little bit harder, create a little bit of a gap between him and us, give us a little bit of room. Now the reason I like to do that is because when I push it too hard, I get too erratic around the corners, and I have a hard time taking the corners. I go into them too fast. I try to speed up, throttle up when I'm not quite out of it yet, and spin out. So if we have a little bit of a buffer zone, I can drive a little slower around the corners and keep a better control of the lead by staying on the track. But that car, that little Honda N-ONE, the white one with the blue stripes, is still in the rearview mirror, and he doesn't want to let me go. So it looks like it's going to be a battle royal to the end. He's going to try and pass me, and he's going to keep up to me, and I'm going to try and get away from him. What an awesome race this is. Now, this is not one of my most favorite cars to drive, but it is cool. It looks great on the inside. I love the big rear view dash cam on the dash there. Unfortunately, it's not on. I don't know why. We like to be able to see what's behind us rather than just using the mirrors, but that's okay. As we're coming around the corner here, this lap is almost done. It's well over half finished, and we have managed to create a little bit of a buffer zone between him and us. So I think we're going to be okay. I think the Opafet's going to take the checkered flag on this one. Slow down on the corners that you need to slow down on. Don't run off the track. Finish the race clean. Absolutely awesome. I really hope you enjoyed this race as much as I enjoyed driving it. It was a fantastic race. Anyhow, I hope to see you back at OpenFed Gaming again real soon. Until the next time, you've been racing in a Honda N-ONE with the OpenFed.